I'm a tall girl. I always slouch to make myself more approachable. I feel like a lot of people don't realize just how tall I am, so let me show you how tall I am. My first boyfriend, I didn't even know he was shorter than me until we got a picture together. And I realized I was actually 6 inches taller than him. Like, it's just not necessarily something I notice in people, if that makes any sense. I'm only noticing the trend now, like recently. Okay, this seems like a stretch, but I promise I was talking about this with one of my subs the other day. We had like an hour-long FaceTime about it. I have noticed in my interactions as what I do for a living, most of my followers tend to be men who like taller women, but I've noticed that they tend to be more liberal in the way they perceive things. And I was talking about this with this sub, and we pinpointed it to accept and admit that you as a shorter man are more attracted to taller women. You're kind of rebelling against the traditional sense of masculinity, in that women must be small, soft, feminine. So what I've noticed is my followers tend to have a more liberal view of what it means to be a man. And I think it's that viewpoint that is the most attractive to me. Like, actually. It's throwing away the social norms.
Pardon the flash, I'm all tucked into bed, ready to go. But I wanted to talk about this real quick because I don't want my page to be people saying this isn't real. This is cap. There cannot be tall girls that are into me. Because it's so self-loathing and self-deprecating, and I won't stand for it. Like, honestly, I can tell you just from not only my personal experiences, but also people I've spoken to, there are tall girls that like short guys. There are all these kinds of people out there for you, and I don't want you thinking because of your own perceptions of yourselves that other people share those. That's not how it is. But listen, insecurities are insecurities for a reason. They're valid. They're how you feel, even if they're not right. And I understand how you feel. But you have to recognize that people don't see you that way. They don't. It's yourself.
I'm a tall girl. When I wear heels, I can't fit under doors. I'm a tall girl. And no, I wouldn't have it any other way.
This girl, she's definitely really, really tall. I mean, she's probably one of the tallest in the world, right? She's still really young. Do you reckon she's still gonna grow up a little bit more? Also, I've got loads of questions about how does she get clothes or even shoes ordered. It's quite interesting to know how does she deal with her daily life, you know, normal activities. She seems to be a very attractive, pretty woman, you know. She's still really young, and for sure she's going to be dating people, you know, like she has this concern about maybe shorter guys don't like taller women, but you know, like how short is being short. I think it's more about personality rather than like being tall or short. People are different, you know, and we should all love each other in a different way. I am so glad that she's very confident and she's embracing how tall she is. She says that people sometimes don't realize how tall she is by pictures, only when she's standing by a door or standing close to someone, so there's something you could have a comparison, a measure to compare, right? She's a really, really pretty girl. She even wears sometimes these tall high heels. I mean, they're massive, like really high platforms, high heels. But if that makes her happy, that's how she is, and she looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. But yeah, she's still really young. She for sure going to find a man that is probably as tall or a bit taller than her, you know, like we never know how tall people can be. So maybe she still means to find a very tall person.